anything metallic can be completely recycled by separating. I think that's what we are doing. We don't throw anything which is metallic. Only remains is the what do we do with the what comes out of the shot blasting machine and what comes out of the the dust collection systems. And if it has a metallic content, it is definitely useful and if it is not, then I think the solid waste disposal can be brought to less than 5% of the normal solid waste disposal. I think the challenge becomes much less, and it is possible. We'll have to start working, and we are working on that. If you need that Indian Institute of Science certificate, we can share with you, and it can be shown to anybody, and we can dispose it off for road construction.
Yeah. Do you think green sand is the most environmentally friendly operation as such? No, if suppose two parts, one part can be made in green sand as well as a binder, chemical binder.
Definitely green sand is more safer than
the
resin coated.
So my next question will be to Mr. Vinod Kapoor. Do you see a place, do you see a time where the high pressure molding improves much further and the consumption of binders and chemicals go down and the production by green sand increases substantially? Do you have any discussion of that sort internationally?
Internationally, in the binders,
yeah.
Especially like cold box and others, the process is on to reduce the addition levels.
Okay. Yeah.
And they have come down to as low as 0.7%. But in our country, we have a problem of getting a good sand and that's how the problem is. But I guess both the processes are going to continue. There will be no change.
Yeah. I think Mr. Subramaniam can answer what is the status of the foundry in India at present, because the machine seller will know the condition of the foundries and the developments, expansion plans and things like that. You will know the pulse of the industry. So I am requesting you to share. If it is not private information, you can share it.
No, I was little bit concerned.
Yeah.
When I was about to think about growth of foundries, which as Panchal Amish said, more than suppliers like us, the foundry people, like you people can give the information on the growth of the foundries. Yes, status of foundries I can give.
Yeah.
Because that is more, because I interact with all of you. But growth of the foundries, the first hand information comes from users directly. You know better. Like I'll answer this also. In between, I just share, every time we meet, discuss in any forums, like many things we discuss, third party audit, so many things on energy we talk. So one thing what Mr. Gumase has said also, on environment also, see, it took almost 3 years minimum something to study and then fulfill the requirements. Similarly, when we talk on the energy, almost many places I requested, like we talk what is international and what is in India. Like international, everybody talks on productivity also. So my request to all of us, whenever we talk on energy consumption, please, energy consumption comes through the meter which is installed. And for some reason that time meters were not installed. Today by default, whether the meter comes in the equipment or you are going to pay the bill through the HT meter. So energy consumption, what we talk has come in the meter. What we have in hand as a foundry man, why I prefer not only selling and standing on the platform, to help assist to improve the productivity. Unless until we get the productivity. So I think maybe the energy conservation session must be talking on this.
Yeah.
I just want to touch upon, please, whenever we concerned on energy consumption, please also concentrate on the productivity. This is what you should ask the supplier. Please don't ask the manufacturer what will be the energy consumption. Please don't ask, this is my request. But ask the productivity. If I give you a solid scrap, in how much time this power will give you the output? If that output comes, the meter is going to whatever meter consumes, please record it. So let us change the mindset. Instead of asking energy, ask the productivity. Because you are paying the KVA, you are buying and giving the KVA to the equipment. And the equipment has to deliver you the productivity.
So what any expansions happening, any new foundries opening in India?
Yeah, I will share upon that. See, different places has got different, even sometimes I get confused. Why in some areas all of a sudden, like for example, couple of years back, the Gujarat, Rajkot has got a lot of high pressure molding line. So whenever high pressure molding line comes, yes, as a furnace manufacturer, our eyes gets open. And because the high pressure molding line is a huge productivity. The whole south, west is down because they have installed more than the required, or the market has come down. Whereas in one section, the high pressure molding lines keeps on coming. And you see, the whole foundry now thinks they should go to the latest levels. Whether the orders are there or not, the people wants to install. The very number of high pressure molding lines in Rajkot area is very less.
You have made a statement like Mr. Modi told day before yesterday to the industries. Go out and invest. No, we can't do that.
No, I say Rajkot is doing it.
Okay.
But it has scared me. The whole of the other area, the foundry is down. How come somebody is investing on high pressure molding line?
Yeah.
But one thought has come, maybe it's a better time to invest, wait for the future. But everybody is looking at India. The growth of foundries in maybe the China devaluation, and India, let us all get equipped. Let us all get equipped, and equipped comes.
Okay,
high pressure
you.
molding line has come, I think maybe around 200.
Thank you, but I mean, my question you have not answered. Is it stagnant? Is it slowly growing, or is it in the minus side?
I interact with a lot of customers, and it's a mixed opinion, and some people have shared even during GIFA, and whomever I am talking, they said up to neck we have orders.
Okay.
So
Orders.
that's what I was really, it scared me.
Yeah.
Then I said, I am hearing my market, I don't have orders. My orders have gone down.
Yeah, correct.
Then few people have said. So it looks like some sectors, maybe automobile sectors, who are doing efficiently, and those people have got orders, and they are also scared not to tell in the market whether this will sustain. Kahin nazar na lag jaye.
Yeah, please.
See, actually, what we are finding is, 2008 was the year where the auto manufacturers come on the TV and told that we are losing our output because we are not getting the blocks and the heads and basically the casting.
Yeah.
And many of us went out and created the capacity. And many of us. And almost everyone either bought the new line or new furnace, and we have expanded the capacity. And because of this, and also there is no doubt that the growth in the automotive industry and as well as the tractor industry has come down substantially. In addition to that, like equipment, earth moving equipment, anything, I think they have all, the growth rates have come down, and some of them even a negative growth rate. If you ask me, our own foundries, we have increased capacity. We have developed large number of components also in the last 3-4 years. I think there is no doubt that this would be the third year we will be absolutely flat. There is zero growth in the foundry in terms of net good castings what we supply. Rather, it is a few percentage points down. And definitely today's condition, the capacity in the industry is, in this segment at least, blockheads, housings, is much higher than what the customers need today.
I want to make two comments what he said. Exactly opposite is happening about productivity and energy consumption as far as heat treatment furnaces are used. They go for doing correct heat treatment, but many a times they forget about the energy consumption or energy efficiency of the heat treatment furnace. That is one very bad thing which is happening. And number two, in a lateral vein, running a business is always comfortable because when I say I'm full with orders, you can't check whether I got orders because as an outsider you never know exactly what I'm doing.
True.
Yeah, just a minute. Same, yeah, you can add.
when I think the foundry, we are talking about the business growth, we are talking about the tonnage, but I think value-added services, particularly with the MNCs coming into the picture, value-added services from the foundry is also being looked at. Again, this is not the, I'm telling from the Tata Motors philosophy, but I worked with the John Deere and other multinational companies previously. What they are looking for is not only the casting, but at least semi-finished castings to be supplied to them, and then they get the real value addition. That puts indirect pressure on the foundries in the sense when they realize that their machining capacity is getting reduced because of the casting rejection, and then the pinch they feel is more is better, or I will say is pinch in a stronger sense, and the work starts that way. But at the value addition side, particularly like in John Deere, we had this experience that we had Makino lines, and using those very high sophisticated machining centers for giving the roughing cut to the casting was a kind of criminal. And then when we talked with Mr. Kiran Patil and other foundries in Kolhapur, they invested in the machine shop, and probably that paid them back in the business. So this aspect also the foundry industry need to look at.
Yeah, I need 1 more minute, Mr. Udayan. Oh, yeah.
Today, the most scary thing is the losses being made by some of the large foundries. Recently, one of the groups in North have declared the first quarter results 175 crore loss. Another group in South have declared in last 1 year something like 275 crore loss. Now, these are some of the very few names which have come open due to they being listed companies. But there are a number of medium-sized foundries who have gone for big expansion, and if you see on ROC their balance sheet or profit and loss account, you'll be really shocked. So, okay, foundry is definitely going through a difficult period as far as the profits are concerned. Maybe they have invested very high amounts, or whatever reason could be.
Yeah, 1 more minute from Mr. Udayan.
But same time, the most successful man is sitting here.
Just take 1 minute. It's scary, I agree. Because when we invest in foundry, I tell my boss that, boss, I'm again ready to give my neck for the next foundry. And the neck is so far safe. It is in that way. The reasons what I could see happening is when the capacity increased, naturally everybody has to fill the capacity. And also the price war started. And with the price war, it's not 1 or 2%, it's like cutting the prices by say 10% or 12%. And if we are ready to cut, why OEMs should refuse? They will take. And the foundries have never made more than 2-3% profit. So naturally, when somebody cuts 10-12%, they were definitely heading for heavy losses. In addition to that, as I mentioned to you, challenges of the big investment and low capacity utilization. I can tell you our new foundry, after 2 years of commissioning, effectively zero utilization, because both the foundries put together, I make the same quantity today what I was doing even before the new foundry coming. This kind of sustainable ability is difficult for foundries to create. There are rough times, the challenges are really very big. But I see also there are opportunities for the foundries to make use of some of the raw material prices coming down. But at the same time, it's only 1/3 of the cost. The 2/3 of the cost is in the fixed cost and the power and fuel and the conversion cost. Thank you.
So last question to Mr. Udayan. The government of India formed a car project. I think he is aware of that. That is to increase the utilization of aluminum in the car segment, passenger car segment, which is presently 45 to 50 kg per car. By 2020, it should go to 75 kgs, and then on to 150, which is prevalent abroad. So aluminum and magnesium are the two metals which have got very good specific strength, and application is increasing everywhere. I think what is the effort and in Tata Motors, just in 1 minute, last 1 minute.
Actually, there are a lot many activities happening on this side, but some of the thing I cannot share with you as a Tata Motors.
Yeah.
But as an industry, I can tell you when the AMPRI Bhopal was given the assignment from the CSIR labs to form a strategy group, wherein I was also part of that group, to lightweighting of the automotive vehicles. And in certain platforms, we have been working together to develop the common technology so that retaining the business confidentiality of each the participant, we came up with some standard thing which has come out, and I think TIFAC is still working on that as a common platform. But beyond that, as a Tata Motor strategy, I cannot disclose that at this stage.
Sir,